sometimes in life we have a lot of issues waiting for the manifestation, waiting for something we're trying to create. Because there's one part of us that might feel like we just have to push more to attract this thing into our life. We need to set more intentions, have more of like this pushing energy. And other times it's the complete opposite. It's like, I just need to let go and stop pushing right now. And you might be confused. It's like, well, which one do I do? Do I set the intention, or do I fall back and just trust the universe? It's like, oh, I need to just wait for the timing. I just need to wait for the right time. I just need to wait for the right moment. But it's like, wait, but I can also just push harder right now. Which one am I supposed to be doing? If you have this issue in your life right now, this is going to be the exact video for you. How to trust the timing of your manifestation and balance this polarity of knowing when to actually do what you have to do to maybe manifest something, and the other side of things, how to bring in that energy of non-attachment to whatever it is that you want to create or manifest in your life. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Now, the first thing you can do to trust the timing of your manifestation is to set the intention and let it go. But we're going to get into in just a moment what it actually means to let go. So what is setting an intention? First of all, before I get into letting go, setting an intention is you literally, with all your whole being, knows with 100% certainty that no matter what, you are going to get this thing or this opportunity or some relation, like whatever it is that you want. You set an intention. Intention is not a hope. It's not a wishful thinking kind of thing. It's literally, you know in your heart that it is going to happen. It doesn't even have to be like you pretend to be in that vibration when you're clearly not, and you like, it doesn't have to be like, oh, it's like you're pretending to be grateful for something when you know it's not there yet. It's like, no, you literally just say, okay, I'm here right now, but I intend that I am not going to be here, and I'm going to create a different experience of life. It's a very specific energy where it's like, you just know. It doesn't matter what the external says. It doesn't matter what even your own thinking says. It doesn't matter what your emotions tell you. It does not matter what's happening in your 3D world. There's that inner part of you that's kind of guiding you to be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna actually create this thing. It's like that like, you might even say like the deeper part of your consciousness almost is like intending to like spawn this manifestation in your life through this human body. And it's like, it's all connected, of course. It's like part of it is your human body and your ego. Now, we're gonna talk about in another video, are you manifesting from your true self or from your ego? That is a whole separate video, but we'll get into that a little bit in this video. But that literally deserves a whole separate video on its own. I come up with a lot of video ideas while I'm actually recording these days. It's pretty awesome. So the thing is, setting an intention is knowing. It is knowing. Now, what is letting go? Is letting go not taking action? Is letting go to not do anything and just trust that it's coming, and to just, for example, like just think about it all day? Could be, it could be. Maybe in some manifestations there's literally no action needed and all you have to do is completely let go. But is that what letting go is? What is non-attachment? What is letting go? What is it? We always hear this in the law of attraction community, right? Let go of the manifestation. What does that mean? I think that letting go does not mean that you don't take actions and you don't consistently, with persistence, take, for example, actions to create something. See, letting go of getting subscribers, for example, would not mean that I stop posting YouTube content. It could, but it doesn't have to necessarily. It could mean that in some cases, maybe to grow one day, I'll have to stop posting videos daily. Maybe record 2 or 3 videos a week or something like that, you know? That's a possibility. A lot of YouTubers that I watch are doing that right now. Aaron Dowdy's going through that right now. He realized he actually needs to post less videos to get more results. But is that always the case? What if letting go has nothing to do really with action or not action? What if letting go is you can still take the actions, you're still setting the intention, you're still doing what you have to do, but you're not attached to the outcome? That's what I think letting go is. So I can still be recording videos. If you feel like you have to take massive action in some moments in your life, maybe to call somebody or to fill something out or to record videos on something or to take action on a business project, you can still be doing all of that, and that's not an issue. There's no issue with that. But the question is, are you attached to the outcome? Are you identified with the result? Are you attached to your own thoughts? Are you attached to your own emotional states? Or it's like, are you unconsciously attached? Because that's what attachment is, unconsciousness. Identification is unconsciousness. So the thing you want to do is let go and understand that you can still do what you have to do if you feel called to do it, but you want to be leading from your true self. You want to be trusting yourself. Now, this is where we're going to go really, really deep, okay? So get ready, because this is going to go super deep. This is going to be manifestation from your higher self right now in this video. What you want to do is you want to learn to trust yourself and trust that trust yourself in the sense that you're trusting the manifestation will come in perfect timing. But it doesn't mean that you wait around and not do things that maybe you have to do to manifest something. That's not what I mean by trust yourself. I mean trust in the inner part of you that transcends all the surface level things happening in your reality. I'm talking about your true self. I'm not talking about your ego. I'm not talking about your limited constructs that you have created with your true self. I'm talking about your true self that is manifesting everything in your life right now, including the limitations that you believe you are in right now. That's how unlimited you are. Your true self is so unlimited that you've manifested this unconsciousness where you're attached. But what you can do is actually trust in your inner wisdom, in the deep part of you, who you truly are, beyond your thoughts, beyond your emotions, beyond your body. You can even say beneath, beyond, whatever word works for you. But it's like beneath the surface. Trust in yourself with a capital S. That's one way to explain it. It's your true essence. That is what trust is. That is what trust is. Trust is not about trusting your limited sense. You could trust your ego, but that's a very limited trust. That's a very limited trust. Now, when I say trust yourself, maybe trusting yourself means taking massive actions. Maybe in another moment, it means not doing any actions at all and meditating. Maybe it means affirming massively for a couple minutes or a day. It could be anything. It could manifest as literally any intuition, any action. It's like the divine intelligence will bring you exactly what you need to do, and what you need to think, and what you need to say, and what you need to feel once you set the intention, let go of attachment, and trust your deep self. This is manifestation from your higher self. This is the next level. This is what you call conscious manifestation. Now, the second thing you can do, that was the first point. That was the first point. We're just getting started here. Even though I would say that's pretty much the major thing in this video, is set the intention, let it go, understand what letting go truly is, which is not being attached to your ego and living from your true essence. living from your higher self, yourself with the capital S, and trusting in that. Now, the second thing you can do to trust the timing of your manifestation is actually to not obsess over the timing. Because what you got to understand is that I'm not saying to like settle for like it coming later because I just need to just trust the universe. It's like, no, don't give away your power. Still do what you feel like you need to do and still follow what your intuitions tell you, but don't be obsessive over it. Don't be overly attached. And this the obsession comes from the attachment. You see what I'm saying? So once you learn to truly let go, you won't be obsessing anyways. But it's like, understand that once you truly let go and you connect with that deeper self, what you want to do is start to notice that you're not going to be so obsessed because you're not thinking as much about the outcome. So basically, not obsessing is a natural result of trusting in your deepest self, your deepest sense of self, the deepest sense of self that you have that transcends all thoughts, all feelings, all emotions, everything, any affirmations. All of that is beautiful, and that's all part of the manifestation process, is these forms and these appearances coming up in life. But don't let any of the appearances basically be obsession and neediness. But you can't just convince yourself and not obsess over it. The best way to truly not obsess is to release unconscious attachments, in the sense that you become conscious of your unconscious attachments, and then you actually let them go by becoming conscious of them, because becoming conscious of something is letting go. The first step to letting go is actually becoming aware first. That's a whole nother video. But what you want to do is start to notice that you're releasing this obsession as you connect deeper to the present moment and as you connect deeper to your true self. Release the attachment, release the obsession, because you can feel in your energy when you're like overly attached to something. And it's not that there's anything wrong with feeling any energy, but it's like, here's the thing: are you even attached to the fact that you are being obsessive? Are you attached to that? Can you detach even from the part of your ego that is overly attached? That's very subtle. Maybe your true self leads you to be needy, to be pushy. Maybe you had to be needy in some cases to learn a lesson, which was part of the divine intelligence kind of working through you to learn a lesson and to like, it's all part of the process. You got to realize how tricky this is. Everything coming up is coming up for a purpose. Well, what you want to do is always be in that non-attached space of non-identification with thoughts and emotions and feelings. And that means detaching yourself and detaching identification from this neediness. And that awareness will actually already be the first step to let it go, because awareness is the first step to letting go. You cannot let go of something unless you first become conscious of it first. It's not possible. You can't let go of something unless you become conscious of it first. You cannot. Imagine telling somebody to release the tension in their body. It's like, hey, relax your shoulders. You're actually tense. They can't unless they realize that they are tense first. They needed to become first conscious of the fact that they were tensing their muscles, then say, oh wow, I didn't even realize I was doing that, and then let it go. Fix their posture. Same way with any attachment in your life. Consciousness is the first step. Now, the third thing I want to teach you is that this unconscious attachment, this unconscious resistance that we have, is literally repelling the manifestation away from you. Now, I just want to be clear. Sometimes when you set an intention, you literally will have negative emotions coming up to the surface, because the old part of you is almost being cleansed out of your system. All those old identities that you had constructed in your mind, all those ideologies of who you think you are, all this stuff that you thought you were, that you realize you're not, in this process of setting an intention and creating something new, might start rising up to the surface, which it comes in the form of resistance. Seeing you have this intention, you know you're going to create something, And then out of nowhere, in the process of knowing that your manifestation is coming, you have all these obstacles that seemingly come out of nowhere. Do you think that is a coincidence? You set an intention, and then all these old parts of you are coming up to the surface? Really? You think that the universe is just doing that by accident? No, that is happening for a very specific purpose. It's literally your old sense of self coming up to the surface in the form of resistance and maybe even some unconsciousness and some attachment and some neediness. That's what I meant earlier. The neediness and the resistance coming up to the surface can literally be part of the process of the manifestation, and maybe you start to doubt that because you lose the connection with your true self. Now here's the thing though, resistance might come up and it is going to repel your manifestation, but it doesn't mean that it has to if you let it go. So the question is, it's not like, why am I feeling this resistance? It's not, why is this coming up to the surface? I just told you why, which is one reason out of infinite reasons why you might be feeling resistance. The better question is, am I resisting the resistance itself? That is the better question. Because resistance will come up, negative emotions will come up, maybe even neediness, part of the divine intelligence flowing through you because you set that intention. Trust that everything happening in your experience is part of the manifestation. It's all part of the manifestation. The question is, are you resisting the resistance itself? That is the better question to ask yourself. Because once you can actually surrender and detach even from the part of you, not your true self, but when I say you, I'm gonna say your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings. The surface level you is bringing up resistance. Can you even detach from that? Where you, your true self, can observe that resistance and be in a space of non-attachment, where then you'll be one step closer to releasing that neediness and that resistance. So all that resistance is going to come up to the surface, and it's going to try to convince you why your manifestation is not coming. But what you can do is you can actually have the awareness that all that resistance coming up to the surface is part of the manifestation process. It's all part of the process. And all this stuff coming up to the surface is actually something that you can detach from as well. So can you release the resistance to the resistance itself? Once you can do that, once you can have that awareness that the resistance is normal and it can be part of manifesting, and it has to be part of manifesting because all that old stuff is going to come up to the surface eventually, and sometimes in the process of setting an intention, it actually does come up. And then you can actually let it go. And once you do that, you're going to get one step closer to manifesting what you want in your life. When you can detach even from the part of you that is attached, to let go of all those resistances that come up and have the awareness that it is in fact part of the manifestation process. So that's all I have for this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. And as always, have yourself a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.